Now some child. My 31 3 common kids, wife, 30 of 7 years separated, then had affairs. Now some childhood trauma came up, and I don't know how I can, or if I even should, get rid of the hope of reconciliation. If you're familiar with this story, you can skip to the latest update. Update 2 and the timestamps. To cut a long backstory short, my wife, 30 and I, 31, have been living separated for about 1.5 years. Married for 7 years. 1 year of it in the same house because of our 3 children. Currently, living with me, but the new arrangement will 3-4 days in alternation with each of his parents. Before the separation, there was a marriage crisis, also some bad bedroom problems, which we had tried to solve with professional help. But at this time, she probably already did not want any more. Before the new arrangement, we saw each other regularly and also talked. Now, she has recently remembered that as a child, she had a very traumatic experience, which was probably triggered during the marriage crisis. There are also parallels to what happened. She would discuss this and other unprocessed feelings with a psychologist and has already made an appointment. Since she moved out, she has already had several affairs because for her, the marriage only exists on paper anymore. She's also more or less looking for something new, but is also still unclear what she wants at all. Before the childhood trauma came out, I was actually ready to inform myself about divorce law steps because I realized there was no hope. But since I know about the trauma, I'm not really sure anymore. Somehow, I have the hope that through the psychological talks that are pending, she could process all the problems and pain from the time before me, and also what happened in the crisis, and then possibly imagine coming back. I know the chance of this is extremely small, and it would probably be healthier for me to just make the cut, but somehow I can no longer let her go so easily because of the new knowledge. Her understandable reason why she doesn't want to try it again is the lack of trust and the fear that it will fall back into the old pattern after a certain time. I'm pretty messed up emotionally and also scarred of the decisions I'll probably have to make and accept. I think I need someone with a neutral point of view. If anyone has any tips on how I can change my mindset to stop seeing hope, I would also appreciate it. Update 1. Some time has passed since my last post. Small recap. Wife moved out a while ago. In the meanwhile, met and had sexual contact with other men. Due to the new findings, childhood trauma, for which she now wants to go to therapy. Not sure she's actually doing it. I was not sure whether I should have hope or not. I have since tried to keep the contact to a minimum and only discussed things that concern the children. This has worked more or less well. We still had a lot of contact, especially because of the upcoming birthday of one children.
Come in, cadet.
I felt better, but of course, still had many bad thoughts about what she does or doesn't do in regards with men. During the last conversation, she assured me that she will not meet any other men anymore because she doesn't want to, and she has to find out what she really wants first. Was sure that she does it anyway, but I had no proof.
No, sir.
Then was the birthday of my child.
It's just a little too big.
We were together with the family. She was, of course, also present. For me, it was super weird. I felt really uncomfortable as she does one unhappy life and speaking like a friend to me, while everything is broken. I also felt that something was weird. The kid's birthday party was planned for the day after. I called her in the morning and told her I thought it would be better if she didn't come. The kids were with me that day anyway. I explained why, but she insisted on coming. The party was going well. Kids had fun and all. But I couldn't resist, and then it happened. I couldn't stand it. I checked herself when I read the messages that she was, of course, seeing 1 or 2 men and that they were also coming to her house and spending the night. I must say that I mentioned several times that I didn't want my children to sleep in the same bed where she was doing things with men. She agreed with me and said she didn't want that either. In an angry reaction, I told her to leave the party. When she asked why, I told her that I had read her messages. After that, it escalated a bit. She was angry because I had disregarded her privacy. I did not care. I told her how she can be so dishonest and she should leave. Told her that I would never want to see her again. She tried to justify herself with sentences like, I tried not to see him again, but I'm only human and weak and blah blah blah. He got a bit ugly in the conversation. But then she left. Later, I got a message where she admitted to sleep with men and that she will continue to meet with one. She said she doesn't give a crap about me now, and she doesn't care about my feelings anymore. She said how great the sex is and that she has orgasms. She literally wrote that. She also wants to report me for violating her privacy. She thinks I hacked her phone or installed some software, but I still had a fingerprint register and said I provoked her. For me, this was the final line. I now have an appointment with a lawyer and will file for divorce. But what takes me hard is the sentence about the sex. I realized that she wrote that out of anger to hurt me, but it still knocked my confidence. Our sex life was always okay, but nothing special. I was her first, and she was always rather reserved to discover her own sexual passion. Had also mentioned earlier that she liked her experience. I'm also afraid that now it will come to an ugly divorce, and it will be more of a rose war also regarding the children and the fact that they will eventually see their mother with another man.
Isn't that right, Bogart?
I had a conversation yesterday with my daughter, close to 10 years old, who doesn't want to be with her mother because she feels uncomfortable there. She was sad because she wants her mother to move back in. I tried to explain to her why that is not going to happen. I told her that it has nothing to do with the children, that mom still loves her and that I love her more than anything and will always be there for her. I'm not sure how much I can tell my daughter. Something like that. She is dating other men, I think, is rather wrong to say. I'm also really scared about the future and how I will feel. How my kids will be, how long it will take me to get over my wife, etc. I'm also not sure what to expect from the post. Probably, I just need some encouraging words about the 4 paragraphs. Update 2. A quick update on my story. It's actually not long ago that I posted this last one, but it feels like an eternity. Recap. Son's ex-wife has slept with other men. I confronted her at our son's birthday party, bad choice, but knee-jerk reaction, and kicked her out. She also wanted to report me for violating her privacy. She said that I had installed something on her phone or hacked it or something. What happened since then? Sorry for the wall of text. I wanted to limit the personal contact to absolute minimum and only what is necessary because of the children, and started to follow through. A couple of weeks ago, I had planned a ski weekend with my kids. Just before we left, one of my kids started making a scene because it didn't want to clean up the room. This led to discussions and to the point that the child said it didn't want to go with me and wanted to stay with its mother. So I told the child to call mother and clarify it. Of course, it wasn't an option because of work and who knows what else. I was very emotionally charged at this time because I was really looking forward to the weekend. And so were the kids. And because I still blame my soon-to-be ex for the shattered situation and how my kids feel. I had talked several times with said child, how it feels. And, of course, it's doing really bad with it, quite the opposite of what the mother thinks. That it must have no effect on the children. Anyway, I then took the phone because I wanted a confirmation of what is now the matter. It got a little out of hand again because I expressed to my soon-to-be ex what I think about it and why it happened. She hung up on me, and I sent her a one-line email with the words, "You can hang up, but that doesn't change the truth." The whole thing was like before an emotional act on my side. Meanwhile, I managed better to let the situation cool down first and then react. "See you later." This in turn triggered a very long answer from her, also definitely emotionally written, in which she described her truths. I will not elaborate here. It was about what I did wrong and how I treated her wrong. Also, that she doesn't regret the affair, but the F one of them led to an abortion. How can you not regret that? So again, completely trying to shift the blame and responsibility onto me. Also, this is the critical point she wrote. The truth is, don't want you in my life anymore, and I'm ready to force you. I took the opportunity to respond to her BS. And present things objectively. To show her what kind of bubble she's living in. And I took the opportunity to point out to her that she's going to get a letter from my lawyer soon anyway about the divorce. I explained to her in detail and objectively why I have no more hope for us. And then came the answer. I did not intend to divorce, but apparently you have planned and organized everything. Please, what? 3.5 hours after she wrote about the divorce, she already changed her mind. I did not care, and I did not go further into it by replying. The fact is, she is screaming for divorce with all her behavior and thinks she says. Maybe not in her illusionary world that she has built up.
Don't bother.
Because according to her ideas, we would probably stay married. Be a family.
Hardly seems fair.
With everything that belongs to it, but she may continue to see other men. This has shown me that she is absolutely not aware of what she has done and has not reckoned with consequences. Presumably, she must have been shocked with my information. Since then, our contact has been almost exclusively related to the children. I have set up an app with a shared calendar and through which we can communicate child-related. Some time has passed. I was again with the children 1 and 8.5 weeks on ski vacation, and we had a great time. In the first week, I reckon that she got the letter from a lawyer. Since I heard the whole time, nothing. I have assumed any reaction. I was already happy it would go harmoniously. On Friday, 2 weeks ago, came the expected reaction. She wrote a text that she has received the letter and would read everything very carefully. I could literally feel her anger. She then made a few comments about the content, which showed me that she was very emotionally charged. She probably thought at the beginning that I was just making an empty threat, and now she has seen that this is not the case. As mentioned before, I also think that she is slowly realizing that her house of cards and wishful thinking is collapsing, and she has to bear the consequences herself. 3 days after she received the letter, she wrote me the following message. I will translate it. Roughly. Dear Pete, I have been longing to apologize to you for everything that happened, that you had to suffer because of me, and that I hurt you, and that everything is destroyed. But I also want to thank you that I could grow up with you. I hope you know that I will always be there for you when you need me, and I mean it. Since we didn't make it as a couple, I would be very happy if we could be good parents for the children, function harmoniously, give them security. I hope I have expressed myself clearly. Thank you. Which I didn't even think about this. What is she apologizing for? For everything? Of course, that makes it easy to not have to reflect properly. So she doesn't have to deal with what she did and still hopes for forgiveness from me. She is always there for me, but the F, that was part of the vow, and obviously she didn't stick to it, thanking me for growing up. Again, obviously, she hasn't learned the most important lesson, how to handle crises. And by that, I mean, the initial marriage crisis that probably triggered this, and after which she ended up in a continuous downward spiral. She clearly wants absolution from me. I don't think she's waiting for an answer from me. I think it's more that she has now said the things she wanted to say and thinks she can now feel better about it. She also said at one point that she will now start to try to see things more positively. Basically what I said to her for years, and now she's doing it as she already destroyed her family. I am now for 1 week to think. Yay! No emotional reaction. Whether I should give her the satisfaction or take away from her by an answer. Namely to hold her again in the truth before her eyes and the things I mentioned above. I know no contact at all, but in this case, I don't think she is looking for contact, or rather absolution. My answer would be then only to smash her this desire, possibly now into peace, which I assume by the vague wording of this SMS and action itself. Oh, and because of a report for abuse. The privacy, she has, at some point, claimed that she was at the police, but she will not report me. Of course not. Probably she was told that she has nothing in hand would only make a fool of herself. The divorce itself is initiated, but it takes between 6 to 12 months until the whole thing is true. What do you think? Should I answer or rather not? It's not about wanting to save the marriage somehow. I don't see any hope for it. Also, I would not want it at all. With my wife as she was before, maybe, but she has changed so much for the worst and is now no longer the same. Our first reaction is from Succulent Sebi. It's a trap. With my ex, anything outside of legal matters was just his attempt to get his foot in the door, followed by gaslighting. They made me feel bad for leaving him for cheating.
I'm just glad that you're...
Additionally, I think this was her way of getting it off her chest. And don't be surprised if she plays that I apologize part. In the future, DOP replies. I also think this was just to make herself feel better. And that's why I'm struggling to respond or not, because I actually don't want her to feel better just from saying that big stuff. But, yeah, as you said, this could also be a way to start a discussion once I reply. Granik chimes in the thing line. This is all about her and how she feels. How you feel doesn't matter to her. It is all about her. If you react to this mail now, then you react to exactly what she wants you to react to. Of course, she wants absolution. Of course, she wants to hear from you that what she did hasn't destroyed you completely, because then she can think of what she did wasn't so bad. But it is all about her, just like when she cheated on you. She doesn't care about you. If you reply now, then you only show her that you still care about her. That's it. This is not about the kids or the divorce, that is only about her. So don't reply. Don't give her what she wants. Reduce all contact to her to only be about the kids and the divorce. That's it. Take care of yourself and stay strong. One more comment from Front Thought, 9988. Nothing will torture her more than getting no reply from you. Ignore any texts that aren't related to co-parenting. Don't let her manipulate you into a petty tax exchange that will feed her need for attention. It will drive her nuts.
And one more thing.
When she isn't getting that attention from you. On to the next story. Brother's girlfriend cheated on him. Me, Olivia, 15 female. And my older brother, Ethan, 26 male, are very close.
What's the plan?
He's like a dad to me because of the 11 years age difference. He moved out 8 years ago and lives abroad in Mexico, where he also met his girlfriend, Lucia, 24 female. They are now roughly 4 to 5 years together. For the past 4 months, they live with us at our house for work reasons. Yesterday, I overheard my parents, 58 female, 48 male, talking about how excited they are to finally meet their first grandchild. I was confused. My parents don't have any grandkids yet. I asked them, they told me that my brother and his girlfriend are having a baby. They told him last night. They wanted to tell me the next morning. Me and my parents were so excited. I was so happy I would finally have a niece or nephew. But 2 nights ago, I overheard, we have very thin walls. The girlfriend talking on the phone in Spanish with a friend. I was on a call with my BFF Alba, 15 female, whose mother language is Spanish. She stopped me amid conversations, said, "What the hell is Lucia talking about?" I was confused. I don't understand Spanish. Alba said, "Hold your phone against the wall. Want to hear what shit she's talking?" I was confused, but still did it. Alba was stunned. She said stuff along the lines of, "This bitch, what the F? What? No? And
let's see what you got."
When the call Lucia was on ended, Alba was furious. Basically, she said to me that Lucio was cheating on Ethan and that the baby is probably not his. I was shocked. I thought she was joking. But no, she had assured me that she was serious. I ran to Ethan. I told him everything. I will not. Go into details, but he didn't believe me. Said it was making me. Not just because I was jealous that I will not be the only child anymore, which is completely wrong. I was excited for the baby. He screamed at me saying I want to ruin his life and much more. Bad things. He sent me away. I was so upset and angry that he wouldn't believe me. The next morning, my parents talked to me and said that my behavior wasn't completely wrong, and that I should stop lying about such insensitive themes. They said that I should stop lying. I assured them that I was not lying, but they didn't believe them. I didn't apologize. My brother stopped talking to me, and Lucia gave me a look with hate and damaged film. So my question is, what should I do? Please give some advice. Names change for privacy. Remember that my English is my second language. One response before the update from I've done the work. Don't worry. This is just blaming the messenger and ignoring the message. The main thing is that it has been brought to everyone's attention. The seeds of doubt have been well and fully sowed. The rest is up to them. Just know you try to do the right thing, and now the mess will sort out itself. You did nothing at all wrong. It will be blowing up soon. The girlfriend will end up with no boyfriend and a baby on her own. The DNA test will prove who the daddy really is. And if no one apologizes to you, you'll know their own lack of character as well. Updated. So I talked to my brother with Alba, BFF. She told him everything. He listened the whole time without saying a word. When she finished, he cried. I was so heartbroken for him. He said that he needed time to think. After Alba told him things that only the two knew, he was convinced that she was telling the truth. After an hour, he came out of his room and to apologize to her. He said that he was sorry that he wouldn't believe his own blood. He said that he couldn't make up for his actions anymore. My parents also apologized. Said similar things. After we talked, he talked to Lucia. She didn't lie long. She folded very quickly. There was a long conversation. So, yes, in the end, they broke up. Also, the guy she cheated with was one of Ethan's best friends. What the F? Lucia is going back to Mexico, and Ethan is staying for a year in his home country. Time to process all the things that happened. Moral of the story, believe your sister, even if she's younger.
What have you done to me?
Cut your dent to size.
One Piece will never be yours. You're just a sad, lonely little boy wearing another man's hat.
I know exactly who I am. I'm Monkey D. Luffy. And I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
Oh my God!
Whoa, 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 no, 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 wait. Bazooka!
You giving this to me?
You're the navigator. Let's get out of this clown show. Still one more thing we have to do.
You are new captors.
What?
Well, you're a pirate, aren't you?
I'm a different kind of pirate.
My fellow Marines, corruption rots like old fruit, spoiling all it touches. The men and women of this base have not failed the Marines. But their leadership has. Since the execution of Gold Roger, we have been fighting an unending war against piracy. But we're not fighting the right battle. We can take their ships, their weapons, and even their lives. But we cannot win if we do not take away their dreams. This is why I am personally leading a mission to hunt down the pirates who attacked this base. And I am taking this squadron of new cadets with me. Together, we will show these pirates, and all pirates, that there are consequences for their actions. And we are that consequence. For honor. For honor! For justice! For justice! For the Marines! For the Marines!
We don't have much, but please, take this. As a token of our gratitude.
You needed more than we do. Well, maybe just a snack.
Thank you all for your hospitality and the food and the drink. We'll savor it as long as we can.
And with lucky Roo, that should be about 3 hours.
If you're lucky.
I think I'll miss you most of all, Luffy.
You were right, Shanks. Back when you wouldn't let me join your crew. I'm not ready.
Luffy.
But when I am, I'm gonna be a pirate captain. With my own ship, and a crew that will always have each other's backs. We're gonna be the greatest pirates the world has ever seen. Even greater than your crew. I'm gonna find the One Piece and become king of the pirates.
Greater than even us, huh? In that case... this hat's the most precious thing I own. It means the world to me. And I want you to take it. When we meet again, you give it back to me. But only after you become a great pirate. That'll be our promise. Be good, Luffy.
Almost finished.
Fixed it. Thanks.
You said it was your treasure, right?
Is every day gonna be this crazy with you?
Shanks always said that if the path to what you want seems too easy, then you're on the wrong path.
This Shanks guy sounds alright.
Next up, the Grand Line!
It's me. You can tell him I have the map.
YP88, nhà cái uy tín đến từ châu Âu. Tháng 8